Folks, welcome back to another video. This is Professor Vincent. Today we're going to be talking about Pokemon investing and what am I buying and what am I selling right now. So, wanted to get into doubles, right? Doubles is the whole point of the game. The whole point of the game is to how fast can we double our money, right? We need to be in the things that we believe are going to double as fast as possible. So, we're going to go into the market today, see how it is, but today we're going to be talking about 151, Prismatic Evolutions, Black Bolt White Flare, and Ascended Heroes, because these are the main plays that I am doing, main plays that I see, and this is basically the breakdown of how I'm doing what I'm doing. So, we recently sold 151. We're selling 151 because I believe it is going to be harder to double in the ETB rather than any other product that I have in yellow. So, Prismatic Evolutions, Black Bolt White Flare, Ascended Heroes, right? All have good total value sets, which is the whole point of what I'm doing is to go off of the total value. Total value means these sets have a great amount of cards in them that people actually enjoy, right? They are worth your time, right? And those are the sets that we want to be in because those are sets that we can sell faster and easier and projective. They have better projections on growth because they have more cards that people desire, right? So I sold my 151 because I believe that Prismatic Evolutions is going to do better and double faster, right? So is this going to hit a $1,200 box before this hits a 400 in the next year? I'm betting that Prismatic will do around the same as 151 in about a year. So I'm betting that Prismatic Evolutions is going to hit $600 in the next year, right? So I'm going to 3x my money in a year. So do I think 151 is going to 3x in a year? I do not. I do not think this is going to be an $1,800 ETB before this hits a $600 ETB. So I only sold about 3/4 of my 151 because I like to hold for a long period of time and then I like to have my quick and take my profits, right? That's what I want to do. Hold some 151, but I held it for the reason, right? Because I believe that it was going to do really well over time, which it has, right? So now I'm at the point where I'm thinking about how fast can these things double, right? I believe Prismatic Evolutions, when it goes out of set, will get to that $600 mark. So I'm going to 3x my money, right? 151 is out of print now. They're not going to make it anymore, and which is why we see the price, right? People realize that there's no more being made, and there's more getting ripped every single day. And so prices are going up. So when Prismatic Evolutions goes out of print, it's going to do the same thing. I believe that. I believe it's going to do the exact same thing. Right. So this has about one more year. So one more year, I'm going to 3x my money. Why do I think Black Bolt and White Flare are a good set to get in? These have a high total value. They're over that $1,500 mark. The goal is to be over $1,500 in main set or specialty set. So when we do that, that means people enjoy the cards. We want to have those, right? The ETBs are 100 and for Black Bolt and 95 probably around at the White Flare ETBs. So why do I see these as a good set? They have total values that are super high over the limit that we want. And I believe that these are forgotten about set. I think a lot of people are forgetting about Black Bolt and White Flare. And I think that the Pokemon Center company has made a lot more prismatic than these Black Bolt White Flare, as well as I think they're going to be stuck on Ascended Heroes as it is a high value set, and I think a lot of people want these. So they're going to move from Prismatic into Ascended Heroes and forget completely about Black Bolt White Flare, which is going to have a supply shortage because of that reason. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't seen any Black Bolt White Flare ETBs coming out to market in the past year. Past while. It's been a very long time since I've ever seen a Black Bolt White Flare ETB on the shelves. Just hasn't happened. There's been Prismatic Evolutions. They make print bundles everywhere. I'm just not seeing any black bolt white flare. I'm only seeing 10s. And that means that there's a lot less ETBs for these two sets. That's why I believe it's going to do well over time. This is why I have put a lot of money into them, because I also believe that these can hit $200 within the next year, year and a half, 2 years. I think there is a high possibility of them doubling, maybe even getting to $400. I think when these go out of print, I think these could be around a $300, $400 box. And that means I 3x my money as well in, year and a half, 2 years, which is exactly what we want to do, right? I still think that is a better buy than buying 151. And now Ascended Heroes. Ascended Heroes I do not believe that it's going to drop any more in total value. I think a lot of people just enjoy it. I think there's a lot of hype about it, and it's just going to be a great set, right? So the problem is we're going to be waiting longer as it just came out. So we would need to wait, the 2 to 3 years rather than the 1 year for Prismatic Evolutions. So right now I'm buying more Prismatic Evolutions as it's going to grow faster, I believe, in the next year rather than having to wait for these, which I do believe will get to that $600 mark in the next 2 to 3 years, just like 151, as they are top sets. They might even do better. I believe Ascended Heroes will actually do better over time, as if it stays above the total value of both 151 and Prismatic Evolutions. I think it'll be a better set. I think the ETB will be worth more. And that's why I'm also putting a lot of money into the ETBs, because I believe in 2 to 3 years, I'm going to 6x my money. If I can 6x my money in 2 to 3 years, I don't know another asset that is doing that. I don't know another asset. If you do, put in the comments. Would love to hear about it so I can do it too. But right now, this is the best buy because I think it's going to 6x in the next 2 to 3 years, right? That's why I'm also in 151 or Prismatic Evolutions and Black Bolt White Flare. And that's the breakdown. That's what we're doing. We are looking at our product and we're thinking to ourselves, how fast can these double? How fast can they double? Is there something else that I should have my money in that is going to double faster, right? This is the investor mindset. You need to think like an investor if you're wanting to make money, right? And you cannot be emotional to the product. You cannot be emotional to the product because it'll hurt you in the long haul, right? And that's the whole game. That is the whole game. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like and comment and subscribe if you're not. Have a good day.